Then you come into this world. Then you are gendered, constructed, obstructed, misrepresented, silenced, venerated, vilified, violence, education, employment, healthcare, reproduction, mutilation, genocide, rape, marriage, rape, poverty, rape, trafficking, poverty, domestic, public, private, violence, media, projection, expectation, socialization, feminism, ecology, misogyny, violence. Then you are XX, not love but design, nothing is as tidy as a letter sign, XXXY, simplistic fits a plan because the man. Then you are denied, erased, ignored. Every minute marks a death, one more woman, one more death. Every minute marks a death, one more woman, one more death. Every minute marks a death, one more woman, one more death. Every minute marks a death, one more woman, one more death. Every minute marks a death, one more woman, one more death. Every minute marks a death, one more woman, one more death. Then you the throttle, then you the mantle. Then you are told how to behave, then how not to behave. Then you misbehave, then you are punished, then you are punished again. Then you are afraid, then you find alternatives. Then you are ridiculed, then you are ignored. Then you are confused, then you are changed. Then you are given half the choices. Then you are bound in your head. Then you are bound in your body. Then you are a danger to be stopped. Then you are not you, but an object acted upon. This is your life from the moment of birth. Then you resist. Then you realize it's from school, to community, to state, to stateless, to religion, right back again. Then you love. Then he. Then it begins. Then you know there is something not right. Then you ignore that. Then you are reasoning with the utterly unreasonable. Then he threatens you with other women. Then they let themselves be used as threats. Then he is jealous. Then you think he is insecure. Then you feel a little insecure. Then other events isolate you. Then they think they can touch her for a laugh. Then they put a drug in her drink. Then you think it might be a one-off. Then you think it's because he was deprived of something somehow. Then you try to see it from his point of view. Then he is good. Then he is bad. Then he is good. Then he is bad. Then you shout back. Then you shout back, and you shout back until you don't shout back. Then you see a woman's acid-burned face. Then you cry. Then you cry. Then you cry. Then you lay down ground rules. Then you end up on the ground. Then you tell your story. Then you stop telling your story. Then you are dismantled. Your spirit, all you love. Then your dreams. Then you stay silent for hours. Then you pour energy into tactics, new ways to resist. Then you have to block out repetitive, vicious, constant drone. Then you spend time away. Then it is on and on. Then you are caught up in it. Then you are shamed. Then you go back. Then you go to a different room. Then you go to another, then another. Then you realize the noise will follow. Then you lock the door. Then a woman is murdered by her male relatives. Then a girl is mutilated. Then in Ireland, there are child brides too, dressed in fluffy whites. Then she is a whore, then she is a bitch. Every minute marks a death. One more woman, one more death. Every minute marks a death. One more woman, one more death. Every minute marks a death. One more woman, one more death. Every minute marks a death. One more woman, one more death. Every minute marks a death. One more woman, one more death. Every minute marks a death. One more woman, one more death. Every minute marks a death. One more woman, one more death. Every minute marks a death. One more woman, one more death. Then you the throttle. Then you the mantle. Then you the throttle. Then you the mantle. Then cunt is a word that has not been reclaimed. Then cunt is still from the form it has been made into. Then cunt is somehow magically transformed. Then cunt is somehow magically transformed. Then cunt does not mean a thing anymore. Then they spout hurr and cunt incessantly. Then they spout hurr and cunt incessantly. Then they spout hurr and cunt incessantly like a mantra. Like a mantra. Like a mantra. Then he disappears for days. Then you get an STD. Then he blames you. Then you blame yourself. Then he pushes you as not to leave a bruise. Then he kicks you as to not to leave a bruise. Then he pushes you so to not to leave a bruise. Then you are neural traffic jam. Then you drag as much as you need to survive for hours into a locked room. Then you block the door. Then you work out how difficult it might be to jump out the window and escape. Then the kicking at the door starts. Then the kicking goes on and on. Then another hate crime, but still not a hate crime officially. Another woman in a body bag. Then there is a hole in the door. Then there is a size 12 foot kicking the hole in the door. Then you see the Taoiseach punching his fist into his palm. Then you see the Taoiseach committing a young woman rather than giving her choice. Then a woman dies because they wanted her child to die first. Then day after day, women scrape what they can together. Then they travel. Then they seek postal help. Then women own self-hatred. Then it's a pandemic, they say. Then it's a worldwide human rights emergency, they say. Then there are gender structures. Then they say gender is not a construct. Then they say gender is biology. Then they say gender is not sociology. Then they say gender is fixed and particular. Then they say what you should say that gender is. Then you're on the floor thinking, 1 centimetre closer and my head would have been split open. Then he has his hands around your neck. I am going to kill you. Then you think, maybe this is the day I die. Then you hear, not all men, as if men could not be the oppressive reference, as if all men did not have the privilege, as if all men cannot see this, as if all men, as if all men, as if all men. Every minute marks a death. One more woman, one more death. Every minute marks a death. One more woman, one more death. Every minute marks a death. One more woman, one more death. Every minute marks a death. One more woman, one more death. Every minute marks a death. One more woman, one more death. Every minute marks a death. One more woman, one more death. Every minute marks a death. One more woman, one more death. Then you have a drip feed of adrenaline. Then he mutters and mumbles all night and through the next day, and then he wants you to sleep. Then he pulls you out of the bed. Then he gets into the bed so he can use his size 12 feet to push you out of the bed. Then he is 1 minute spouting nasty poison from his mouth. The next charm personified as he speaks to his family or speaks to a friend. Then he is beside himself with regret. Then he promises to get help. Then he lies about getting help. Then he lies. 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 Then your thoughts are losing their. Then your thoughts are losing their. Then your thoughts are becoming more difficult to form. Then you cannot link up your thoughts. Then you stammer out the end of sentences. Then women are tricked into taking his side. Then women absorb the pain and send it out to you again. Then women afraid to feel. Then they turn away from you. Then the women do the work of patriarchy. Then the women deny her stories. Then they ignore and ridicule and deny and deny. And then the women deny. Then the privileged cult of white males says stereotypes have been broken down. Then they still advertise toys, colour codes, and in social roles. Then women give in and give up. Then women comply to survive. Then hundreds of babies are dumped in a sewer. Then hundreds of babies are dumped in a sewer. Then hundreds of babies are sold to the highest bidder. Then hundreds of babies are enslaved. Then cellular clusters are human beings. Then cellular clusters are human beings. Then cellular clusters are human beings. Then you wish for a split second, as his rage trips him down the stairs, that he is dead. Then he gets up and starts roaring again. Then he takes his penis out and pisses all over you. Then you realise another true love. Then women abuse as they have been abused. Then girls are abducted, imprisoned and raped. Then girls are imprisoned and raped. Then the seduction. Then the remorse. Then the seduction. Then the remorse. Then the seduction. Then he kicks. Then he kicks. Then he kicks. Then you are not pregnant anymore. Then you hear the Y chromosomes depleting. Then you see through the way society coerces children. Then you know how to conform. Then you know that gender is a construct. Then he assassinates the characters of anyone who might see through him. Then he is indescribably cruel. Then you sob alone, often. Then you try to carry on, and you do. Then you challenge a street harasser. Then you get arrested for disturbing men's peace. Then you wonder, should you be quiet in future? Then you just want to be safe. Then you are stuck miles from home on an island with a drunk piece of drug. Then he ridicules your ideas. Then he serves his customers with a smile. Then men say, why didn't you take the opportunity when it arose? Then the women say, I like it when the men sing. Then you learn that Maori women sing men into silence. Then you have hope. Then you learn that Maori women sing men into silence. Then you have hope. Then you will feel the flame of your childhood feminist. Then you won't let that fire go out. then you are flung across the room, then your ribs are broken, then another woman is murdered for standing up for the earth. Every minute marks a death. One more woman, one more death. Every minute marks a death. One more woman, one more death. Every minute marks a death. One more woman, one more death. Every minute marks a death. One more woman, one more death. Every minute marks a death. One more woman, one more death. Every minute marks a death. One more woman, one more death. Every minute marks a death. One more woman, one more death. Woman words, woven tightly, loose around the neck. Cannot breathe to protest. Cannot breathe to speak. Cannot breathe to run. Cannot breathe. Cannot breathe. Cunt, bitch, whore. Who's whore, legs, breast, pussy, fuck, breast, pussy, fuck, legs. He laughs. It is a joke. He laughs. It is a joke. He laughs. It is a joke. Seize our spirit. Mission to destroy. Seize our spirit. Mission is to destroy. Seize our spirit. Mission destroys. Body vessel for semen's thread. Bodies used in semen dread. Bodies chosen. Intense apostolate of evangelization. Each minute marks a death. One more woman, one more death. Every minute marks a death. One more woman, one more death. She is reminder. Source is neither nor, is coming up for breath. She is angry. Fractal, alchemilla vulgaris, she is droplet dangerous. Usurping cacocracy, minutes marked the agony. X, 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 Y, X, 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 Y, X, X. Pro patria more, pro patria occidere. Unequivocal blood ownership. God told us. God told us. Several studies have shown, most of, a large majority, more than the average, in an extensive, wide-ranging, rigorous examination of previously rigorous examinations of, conclude, woman are, will do, suffer from, are responsible for etymologies, speech acts, cartography, cutting maps that fell trees for empire. Diagnosis is as diagnosis, did not flow as it expected. Hail female, hail the blessed sinning sacredly.